Yeah, what's the problem? That's probably why. I will Shakur up and that nigga.
The time has arrived for us to stand down and to start giving Gervonta Davis the love and respect that he deserves. This brother is elite. And he said this something, and this is what really stood out to me. You know, you got a lot of guys talking smack, talking junk, going back and forth, and I get that. Not just because they're hyping up the fight, but they got a belief in themselves. Major props to them for that. Gervonta Davis looked him in the face weeks ago, and he said, I'm telling you right now, you ain't ready.
Yeah.
Okay? You're not ready yet. He said, you good, but you're not ready.
Yeah.
He said, and he went just like this. He said, you really, really should have waited because I'm going to take you in the deep waters and you ain't ready.
Shakur Stevenson. I keep telling people, Shakur Stevenson beats Tank. You
cannot say
that Shakur Stevenson would not have beaten Tank last Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he would have.
He knows what he's doing. He's hard to beat. To bring out the best in Shakur, you gotta pressure him like Tank. Tank will bring out the best of him, and we'll see a great fight. Tank is just a monster right now.
What would be your hardest matchup? Devin Haney, Tank, or would it be Ryan Garcia?
Nah, Ryan, just X him out. He's trash. It's gonna be Tank. I ain't said it before, but I'm gonna say it like me.
Rumors are swirling that Gervonta Davis could face Shakur Stevenson for his highly anticipated comeback fight, and fans simply cannot wait to see this epic showdown become a reality. Shakur has also made it clear on multiple occasions that he wants to test himself against the very best, and Gervonta Davis may just be the perfect choice to make that happen.
Next, I told y'all who I want to fight. I can't keep saying the same thing. I already told y'all who I want to fight. The best versus the best. That should be my next fight. I told y'all I'm a dog. I'm top level, elite level fighter. So let's make boxing great again. Let's put the best fighters in the ring with each other, and let's see who come out victorious.
However, nothing has been officially confirmed just yet, and both camps are keeping things very close to their chests as negotiations and planning continue to take place entirely behind the scenes.
I don't want to look too far ahead of it, but obviously you want to handle business here. Everybody wants to see that fight with you and Tank Davis, man. I think that is one
He
of the
does too, right?
prospects left out there, man. Like, how do you feel about that? I don't want to have you looking ahead of what's happening Saturday, but clearly that's a big money match right there.
Honestly, I've been calling for the fight for like 2 to 3 years now, so I'm ready for the fight. It's all on Tank. Tank gotta say he's ready. I've been hearing that he's gonna fight Jake Paul.
Gervonta Davis is supremely confident in his own abilities and firmly believes that neither Shakur Stevenson nor Devin Haney stands any real chance against him, stating that the only person capable of beating him is himself.
World that I think that could beat Tank. That would be Devin, that would be Shakur, and Tank Davis himself.
You got the last one right. That's the only person that can beat me, Gervonta Davis. That's the only person. Them niggas cannot touch me at all. They all been in the ring with me. They all been in the ring, and I cracked both of them. I cracked both of them.
I feel you. I told you it's a 50-50 fight.
Ain't no 50-50 fight, nigga. How you gonna keep me off when you ain't got no power?
I was also told that Devin got the best of you in the last sparring session.
And you know I sparred them twice.
That's right. If Bill
took him out the ring, I almost knocked him out in Floyd Gym. Did they tell you that? Did they tell you that?
I don't know, but I ain't hear that.
Oh, okay. Tell Devin and his dad to get out my dick. Tell him, be prepared. Cause after these first two niggas, oh man, I'm coming straight at niggas. I'm telling you.
Meanwhile, Terrence Crawford explains exactly why he favors Shakur Stevenson over Gervonta Davis. He believes Tank would simply not be able to land his powerful shots on Stevenson the way he does against other opponents, pointing directly to Shakur's tight defense and razor-sharp timing as the main reasons why. Crawford also notes that while Davis tends to come on stronger in the later rounds, he often struggles to connect cleanly in the early stages of a fight, and against someone as precise and calculated as Stevenson, those early struggles could be quickly and ruthlessly exploited.
Telling you as a fighter, I will pick Shakur because I don't believe Tank will be able to land those big shots on Shakur like he does everybody else.
Right.
Shakur defense is just too tight. And not only Shakur, Keyshawn either.
Oh, you don't think Key either? Even right now, I feel like it's a little Key nice though, but it might be a little early for Key right now.
Listen, Tank get hits a lot. Tank, in my eyes, Tank is always losing until he's not.
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah.
If you watch those fights,
well, at least in the early rounds, middle rounds he start coming up. But I see what you're saying. Them early rounds, yeah.
Let Keyshawn start hitting them like everybody else hitting them. Let him start hitting him with everybody else, like everybody else hit him.
Yeah.
Man, he gonna clean him.
Mike Tyson shares his thoughts on the Stevenson versus Davis matchup, coming down on the side of Tank. He describes Stevenson as highly skilled and genuinely difficult to beat, while acknowledging that his technical style can sometimes make him appear unexciting to casual fans. Tyson believes that Davis's aggression and raw power would force Stevenson to dig deep and perform at the absolute peak of his abilities. He adds that right now Tank is simply a dominant and imposing force that is very difficult for anyone to deal with.
Who will win out of Shakur and Gervonta?
Gervonta Davis?
Yeah.
I like to go with Tank. Everyone's going to go with Tank, It would be a very interesting fight. Shakur takes a good shot, though. He's a specialist. That's why some fights that he doesn't look good in, because he's so superior. He is boring watching sometimes. But he's a specialist. He knows what he's doing. He's hard to beat. To bring out the best in Shakur, you got to pressure him like Tank. Tank will bring out the best of him, and we'll see a great fight. Tank is just a monster.
On the other side, Shakur Stevenson was at one point extremely eager to make the fight with Gervonta happen and was openly calling him out in an effort to get this highly anticipated super fight across the finish line.
Hey man, look man, your beef is not with Floyd Mayweather. You sitting here beefing with Floyd. It's a fighter out here that's been calling your name that want to fight you. Gervonta Tank Davis, let's make the fight happen, man. I'm tired of tweeting. I'm tired of talking about it. Stop ducking me and let's make the fight happen, man.
However, things have shifted significantly since then, and Shakur Stevenson now appears to have little to no interest in the matchup, openly dismissing any talk of a 2026 clash with Gervonta Davis and refusing to entertain the idea altogether. He stresses that he does not need Tank to remain relevant in the sport, emphasizing that he is already a top-level star who is making serious money entirely on his own terms.
Do you believe we will finally see Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis in 2026?
Fuck him. I don't even want to speak on him. I don't got too much to say about him.
Wow. And if I may, tell me why. Where's that heat come from?
I don't talk on people who feel as though I need them, because I don't need nobody. I'm a big superstar in my own right. I make a lot of big money in my own right.
Boxing analyst Fannin argues that a fight with Gervonta Davis represents a massive opportunity for Shakur Stevenson that should not be overlooked. He points to Tank's impressive resume, noting that several fighters Davis has defeated have gone on to win world titles afterward. He brings up Ryan Garcia as a clear example, someone often mentioned as a potential opponent for Stevenson despite having already suffered a loss to Tank. For Fannin, that pattern alone confirms that Davis remains the true marquee name and the biggest draw in the entire division.
Gervonta Davis is a huge fight for Shakur Stevenson, and for people to act like the biggest fight in boxing is with somebody like Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia is absolutely ridiculous. Now, why do we know that Gervonta Davis is such a big fight? Because Gervonta Davis has now beaten, I do believe, 5 or 6, I think it's 6 people that he beat went on to win world championships, including Ryan Garcia, who people are saying Shakur Stevenson should fight next.
Canelo Alvarez predicts an extremely close fight between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. He acknowledges Stevenson's speed and evasiveness, making him a genuinely difficult target to hit cleanly, but praises Davis for his explosive power and relentless ability to press forward and force the action. Ultimately, Canelo says he favors Davis to come out on top when all is said and done.
He's a good fighter. He moves a lot, and it's very difficult to get hit. To hit him, but I like Gervonta Davis.
Okay.
He's a really good fighter. He hits hard, and he knows how to go forward. So I put my money.
On the other hand, Gervonta Davis has been dealing with a significant number of off-ring issues over the past 5 to 6 months. But there is finally some good news for his fans. He is likely to return to the ring this year. Trainer Calvin Ford confirmed that Gervonta Davis is actively preparing for a major comeback with negotiations currently taking place privately behind the scenes. He described Davis's time away from the sport as a strategic reset, saying Tank looks focused, refreshed, and ready to remind everyone what he is capable of. Ford believes that once the right opponent is finalized, fans are going to witness a very strong and statement-making comeback performance.
Nowhere, Tank is still here.
And I guarantee you something gonna happen. Everybody miss Tank fight. You know, when he come back, it gotta be the right fight because we wanna entertain. Things happen for a reason to make a person much stronger. One of the guys that y'all truly love is not in the mix right now, but he will be back in the mix. Y'all gotta remember, Tank been doing this shit since he was 7 years old. Sometimes you need that reset. Him being away, you know, going through things that he's been going through, his crazy ass stuff. You know, he looks happy. He looks happy. I can't wait.
As talk intensified around who the opponent might be, Calvin Ford remained very guarded with his words. He admitted that he already had a specific name in mind for Gervonta's return, but was not willing to reveal it just yet, hinting that the fight was already quietly taking shape behind the scenes. Ford suggested that the build-up was happening right in front of everyone without them fully realizing it, and emphasized that the comeback was being handled in a very strategic and calculated manner, measured, not rushed, and carefully designed to reintroduce Tank to the world in exactly the right way.
Who, in your eyes, would be the opponent you would want to see him in the ring with?
I can't tell nobody that yet. You know what I'm saying? I already know who I would like for him to see just for a comeback. Person that I want to see him in the ring, that's the one we're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't say that. I think it's an easy fight. You know, everybody in tune with it. You know, it's being promoted right under y'all.
Bannon pushed back firmly on the retirement chatter, framing the entire situation as a temporary pause rather than a permanent exit from the sport. He made it very clear that while Calvin Ford has offered valuable insight into the situation, ultimately only Gervonta Davis himself controls what happens next. According to Fannin, the groundwork for a return is already being quietly laid, even if the specific names involved continue to remain under wraps for now. What stood out to him most was the sudden and noticeable shift in tone surrounding Davis. Conversations that once revolved around court issues and serious doubt have now swung back to placing Tank firmly among the sport's premier attractions once again.
Ford gave an answer that Gervonta Davis is like taking a break. He's not retiring. That's the message, that he was not retiring. And that, you know, there's some people out there that they're looking to fight, but it's a mystery who they are because he's not allowed to talk about it. And Calvin Ford is also, I'm telling you, very, very honest, that when he speaks for himself, and it is up to Gervonta Davis to say what it's ultimately going to be. But it is a very good sign because they're not doing anything like what was talked about with Gervonta Davis just a few months ago when it looked like, according to all these people, that Gervonta Davis was going to be in jail. Right? Series of warrants and all these bad predictions, all of a sudden they don't look as bad anymore. And you actually have people talking about one of the best fighters in the sport of...
Fannin does not hold back at all when it comes to defending Gervonta Davis's place in boxing. He calls Tank an elite talent and firmly ranks him among the sport's very best pound-for-pound fighters. Fannin argues that efforts to downplay Davis's status have been relentless and ongoing, often fueled by his promotional affiliations and the politics that come along with them. He claims that influential voices within boxing twist every negative story to use against Tank and make it personal. In his view, Davis is not just being criticized like any other fighter, he is being actively targeted by those who want to push him out of the spotlight entirely.
This kid is an exceptional fighter. He's one of the top 10 pound-for-pound fighters in the world. And there has been a campaign to run this guy's name down because he's with the PBC, or he's not with Matchroom, or he's not with DAZN, or he's not with Ring. So these people who are the loudest talkers in all of boxing all conspire to, or collude, I should say, collude, not conspire, collude to interpret every negative thing that happens about Gervonta in a way to eliminate him.
Boxing analysts point out that even with Stevenson's strong and well-established defensive skills, Gervonta Davis has not yet come close to displaying his full potential inside the ring. They emphasize that Tank is a patient and calculated fighter who picks his shots carefully and deliberately rather than throwing punches indiscriminately against someone as disciplined and sharp as Stevenson. And when a fighter as precise as Davis is being that selective, just one perfectly timed punch could have a completely game-changing impact on the entire fight.
Shakur might have better defense, but at the end of the day, I still think we haven't seen the best Tank Davis. That's what people always power. We still haven't seen the best Tank Davis. And Shakur, for the most part, he comes forward.
Tank Davis, all he takes is one shot. He's a very patient fighter. He doesn't throw a lot of shots, but every shot he throws.
Sean Porter predicts that a Stevenson versus Davis matchup would push Tank to display a smarter and more tactically refined version of himself than fans have seen before. He explains that true ring intelligence reveals itself when a fighter is forced to adapt to their opponent in real time rather than simply executing a predetermined game plan. And against someone like Stevenson, Davis would need to make constant adjustments throughout the entire fight. Porter expects Tank to enter this matchup as a more calculated and versatile fighter than he has shown the boxing world in any of his previous bouts.
Fight with Shakur, you're going to see this boxing style that you don't usually get from Tank. You're going to see IQ. We saw IQ, but to me, it was low IQ because you see somebody's IQ take place when a fighter makes an adjustment, and now you have to adjust to what that fighter is doing, and that's kind of where you see
who's smart,
you know what I mean?
Who get a hold of it.
I think my fight with Terrence shows a very high level of IQ from both of us. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And that's what Tank is gonna do with Shakur. He's gonna come into the ring and be a different version of himself than he's had to be.
Clarissa Shields considers Shakur Stevenson the top fighter in his weight classes, placing him above Gervonta Davis and every other notable name in the division. She highlights Stevenson's skill, consistency, and remarkable ability to dominate opponents across multiple weight classes. While Shields fully acknowledges Davis's power and explosiveness, she believes Stevenson has faced tougher overall challenges throughout his career and has proven himself far more comprehensively inside the ring.
Shakur is the best. To me, he's better than Tank, he's better than Devin, he's better than Ryan, he's better than Teofimo. When it comes to those weight classes, Shakur to me is the best. He is me. I tell him all the time, you ain't gotta prove nothing to them fucking casuals. Ain't never laced up, and you think Shakur gotta prove something to you. You sound stupid. Go glove up first. I done seen that boy do some miraculous things inside of a gym. Beat guys up from his weight class all the way up to 178.
Because you know the big one, they want, Shakur and Tank. That's the one everybody talking about. That's the one they want. Tank is
be mad at me, boy, and that lead up.
You gonna go crazy in that?
You ever be calling me ugly for real then?
Do you think that's a 50-50?
I'm not gonna ever dismiss a fighter. I think that Tank got some great skills and got some hard ass punches. He's so explosive, but so is Shakur. Shakur has, to me, faced harder.
Carmel Moton sees Gervonta Davis versus Shakur Stevenson as a genuinely close 50-50 matchup. He notes that Stevenson's chin has never truly been tested at the highest level, making it unclear how he would hold up under the kind of power that Tank brings. Moton suggests the fight could realistically swing either way. Stevenson might absorb the shots and continue winning rounds through superior skill, or Tank could capitalize in a big way if Stevenson's chin turns out not to hold up under that level of pressure. Overall, however, Moton gives a slight edge to Stevenson when all factors are considered.
I don't know, that's also a 50-50 fight, that could really go either way. We never seen Shakur's chin tested, so we don't really know if he has a chin to take Tank's shots. But because he don't get hit. But maybe he does have a chin. He takes Tank's shot, and then he just keeps landing, winning them rounds because Tank give away rounds. Maybe he wins unanimous decision, or maybe he doesn't have a chin, and Tank does what he does. So I don't really know. I'm gonna lean.
Abdullah Mason leans toward Shakur Stevenson over Gervonta Davis in a potential matchup. He bases his pick largely on Tank's most recent performance, feeling that Stevenson's overall skill level and sharpness give him a clear enough edge to win the fight. Mason also noted that he was genuinely impressed by Lamont Roach's recent showing against Stevenson, which exceeded his expectations and only reinforced his belief that Stevenson would likely come out on top if he and Davis ever share the same ring.
Okay, so who wins if Tank fights Shakur?
Based off the last Tank fight, I'm probably leaning towards Shakur in that one.
Wow, were you surprised at Roach's performance against Tank?
I didn't expect Roach to be as sharp. I knew he was coming with some good work. I knew he.
Richardson Hitchens recalls the first sparring session between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson as an intense and highly competitive exchange from start to finish. Davis landed a clean and powerful shot early on, which Stevenson absorbed without any visible trouble. Both fighters made constant adjustments throughout, trading shots and pressing each other hard, showcasing skill, toughness, and a genuine back-and-forth battle that left no doubt this matchup would be something special.
That first time, he caught Shakur with a good shot. Boom, he didn't hurt Shakur or nothing, but it was you could tell, if it was 8-ounce gloves, we don't know how Shakur would have reacted. It was because I remember him throwing Shakur, he caught Shakur with a clean shot. Boom. And Shakur didn't shake up or do nothing, but it was a clean shot. I'm like, nigga, you sure you can take another one of that? And Shakur, what? He took off his shirt and they started bumping like that. Now they're going back and forth.
Hold on, was it sparring? Was it competitive, close, all that, Shakur and Tank?
Nah, yeah, it was competitive. Then like the second time, like they sparred, like it was like a chess match. Like now Tank know, like, all right, he's really nice. Like Shakur really nice. Like all that walk down shit. Like I got a box. Like this nigga, like I can't just walk him down. Like he can really fight. So it was like Tank like switched his strategy up and like same shit. Like now Tank trying to come and walk me down. I'm in there like we fighting. Like it's back and forth competitive. I'm talking shit to Calvin. Like nigga, Calvin. This nigga.
Richardson Hitchens also opens up about navigating the Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson rivalry, noting that while the two knew each other growing up, they were never particularly close. He highlights how Davis used to spar with them for free simply to help Stevenson prepare, running long and demanding sessions late into the night. Hitchens sees their ongoing feud as a long-standing clash between two exceptionally talented individuals that dates all the way back to 2017. But despite everything, he emphasizes a deep respect for both fighters and the journeys they have each made from nothing to reach the top of the sport, ultimately believing that the best man should win on fight night as long as nobody walks away seriously hurt.
Being in the middle of that and Shakur, because you good with Shakur, you good with Tank. How did it feel being in the middle of that war?
You know, Shakur and Tank knew each other since kids, but they really wasn't like friends like that. And then when we really helped Tank for the Pedraza fight, he was like, he took us like in, like, damn, like these young boys sparring me for free. You know, like you're a champion, you signed to Floyd, like you could be giving us a few hundreds or something. Like we're giving you unlimited rounds. There was time he would take off the belt, like we giving you like rounds for your first championship. We're still amateurs, and he kind of was like. He appreciated that, and I never understood why he appreciated till now. Like, when I'm a pro, I'm champion, I'm like, damn, I gotta pay guys for sparring. Like, well, box for free, yeah. So it's like, Tank when the spar, we'll be in the gym, but we've done spar Tank at 2, 3 in the morning, helping him get ready for the Pedraza, you know what I'm saying? Like.
So how did that feel though? You in the middle of that, they beefing with each other. And...
Oh yeah, it was like, it got weird, cause I always knew like, these two dudes is gonna be like, it. From like 2017, when they spar, I'm like, these two dudes is like, I know like, they're small, like, I know the skill set, I know the generational talent I'm, you know, around, I'm witnessing. And we was in Houston one time, this was before Shakur moved down to Houston, and like, I got them to chop it up. Like I told them, like, you know, Shakur pull up on us, we bowling, like, Tank here, like, yeah, come chop it up. They chopped it up, we kicked it for like a few days, everything was cool then. It got sour again, it's like, to me, I look at it like this, like, I don't care for y'all beef. Like, at the end of the day, we all come from nothing, we all come from making no money. We blessed to be in this position. So to me, it's like, man, y'all fight, may the best man win.
On the other hand, before a Stevenson versus Davis clash can materialize, fans could be treated to another high-profile showdown first. Shakur Stevenson against Ryan Garcia is gaining serious traction, particularly following Garcia's impressive victory over Mario Barrios. The momentum behind this potential matchup is building rapidly, and it is already generating serious excitement throughout the entire boxing world.
Now, Ryan Garcia, he said 144. If he's willing to do that, I'm willing to make the fight happen. But Ryan sounds more realistic, because he's.
Shakur Stevenson acknowledges that Ryan Garcia has been openly and publicly calling for the fight, making his interest very clear for everyone to hear. However, Stevenson emphasizes that any matchup he takes on must align perfectly with his long-term professional plan. He is carefully and deliberately managing his career rather than rushing into higher weight classes without a clear and calculated strategy guiding every decision he makes.
Pay attention to the fight. I threw my left hand. Teofimo just defended my left hand better than he defended my right hand. So it's some things that I see that I want to work on, that I want to go in the gym and fix, but I can't really say on camera because I'll be giving out some of the game, but I ain't giving that out no more. But now I thought it was an amazing night. I thought that I established myself in the sport. I thought that I established myself at 140 pounds, and who knows what I'm gonna do next. But from 135 to 140, I'm gonna be one of the best fighters in the sport, regardless of who I'm.
Terrence Crawford states that he sees Shakur Stevenson defeating Ryan Garcia without much doubt. Appearing on the Joe Rogan Experience, Crawford explained that the fight would not be nearly as close as some people might expect, pointing directly to Stevenson's clear edge in overall skill and strategic thinking as the deciding factors.
When it comes to Shakur is not a Barrios. Right. You know, Shakur got a jab. Shakur got a head movement. Shakur got defense. Shakur knows range. Shakur have good legs. So I look at that fight like it's not going to be as a competitive fight like everybody think, because if Ryan get careless, he's going to get countered all day.
If he gets careless. I think he'll fight very different than he fought with Barrios. I think
he's got to.
Barrios just couldn't keep up with the speed. I mean, Ryan's speed is extraordinary. He relies on it a lot, but I mean, that's not a knock. That's just like, if you had it, everybody should rely on that. Man, that
Shakur's
speed
not
is
slow.
Nuts. Shakur's a different animal.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, a lot of people thought Devin Haney was different, though, right? A lot of people thought Devin Haney was going to give him real problems. When he dropped Devin early with a left hook, everybody was like, oh.
That is all for today's coverage. Let us know exactly where you stand on these matchups in the comments section below. And make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest fight updates and insider insights as they come.